David, you're muted.
As of last night, so things are happening. I sent an email out. If anybody wants the links to these sites, one's about Rotary Health Professionals, one's the General Response Fund, Disaster Response Fund, which is open until April 30th. All contributions given there will end up in helping out in the effort in Ukraine, and then Shelter Box obviously is a great way to go. So, happy birthday. You know what? I blew it last week. I missed Charlie Judson's birthday. Did you guys miss it too? Charlie Judson. Tell us about your birthday, sir.
Well, I could have missed it.
Yeah.
Monday was my birthday. Had a very nice time. I had to miss the Monday night though, because I was invited out to lunch. By my son, we share a birthday together. We're going to go up to the American River. He's rented a house for the whole family, and we'll do that next week. But also Saturday was my official retirement party. It was a strong sign that they're ready for me to go.
So they had to throw a party in order for you to get there. Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. That's a long and illustrious career, isn't it?
Definitely long.
He says definitely long. So I do not see Bill Sauber in the audience, but somebody better let him know that Maxine's birthday is on the 7th, or he's going to be in trouble. So call him up and remind him, and really bug him. Blow up his phone. Sure, we'll do this next time. So, Diana Curtis, if you would take the lead on this, and hold on a second, the mic's coming to you from right over there.
Yeah, well, we had a great time. I think this was one of the best district training assemblies I've ever attended, and I've been to quite a few of them. And I wanted to say, I really enjoyed John and Anya, and I want you to say a little bit something about what you learned being in Rotarians.
Well, I got very excited about Rotary. I was excited already, but there were 5 action-packed sessions that taught me the A, B's, and C's of how this whole organization worked. I thought it, well, I went to local environmentalism, global environmentalism. I went to a membership meeting. I guess I took the most from the membership meeting. They had technological problems, so they improv the lesson. The president from Lakeport had everyone riveted with examples of what clubs had done to get more members and to make the members they had more active. I found little things went a long way in this session. For example, one club opened up the meetings to families and spouses, and when the weather was good, they had the meetings outside. And then that way they went from 2 members to 22 members in 1 year. That's just one thing that sticks out. And there were hundreds of things like that over the course of the day. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I learned about grant writing, and that's going to be something that, you know, we'll be digging into. You want to add anything on it?
I just had a lot of fun, and it was nice to see how many Rotarians there are in Sonoma County. The 5 courses that I took were about social media, and what I liked about Rotary was that because of the pandemic, it sounds like Rotary is on a new pathway of finding ways to bring in new Rotarians, volunteer internationally, and all of that, and that's what I learned. And so I'm so thankful to be here. That's all I want to say.
Oh. And how cool is that?
And one more thing I wanted to say, I thoroughly enjoyed driving up with Anna and John and getting to know them. We just had a great time. And Bill Sauber was there. I didn't realize it until towards the end. But yeah, he joined in and it was just terrific. But thank you all.
Fabulous. And I usually go, this time I couldn't, but every time I go, I learn a lot of new things, and I meet Rotarians from all over our district, which stretches from Sonoma County to the Oregon border. So you meet people from all over and you get some great ideas in that exchange. So talk about magic moments. Check this out. Post office reprise #2. But we mostly finished it the first time, but Dan, we had not finished it, had we?
Nope, but it's even better this time. It's even better this time. On March 12th, we had 11 folks working a good full day, and we got a lot of it done. And this time we had 9 folks working in the morning and got even finished the weeding, put more mulch down, and it looks so much better. It's one of the public faces of our community, and when you drive by it now, you don't cringe and say, "Gee, we live in a place with dilapidated, weed infested buildings." We'll probably do another day and put another 4, 5, 6 yards of mulch down, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. It's a lot of fun too.
And once again, April is the awesome month. Yeah, good job.
No interactive time.
Yeah, we weren't going to interact students at this particular one. So, talk about magic. How about when we get together for First Fridays? Is that cool or what? So people got together. It was nice to see folks who are in the club and folks who have been in the club, and people were all over. There was enough air that even I could go there and hang out, and it was wonderful. Look at these folks having a great time and connecting. Rotarians, spouses, friends, pretty nice. So, talk about gratitude. I've got some gratitude. I've got some gratitude for Mike Carey, who today walked in with all of these baseball jerseys, mostly Giants, even Seals, San Francisco Seals, and some others, and is giving them to our club to use in future fundraisers. Some of them have autographs on them. Really cool stuff. Mike Carey. Thank you very much. And Jim Blum is not in the audience, but you know that every week Jim goes up to Redwood Empire Food Bank, gets a turkey and some fixings, brings it back, cooks it, and then feeds about 47 people with it every single week, just quietly going about his business, being Jim Blum. How cool is that? So when you see him next, mention that you know it, and he can't hide anymore. And he's doing some wonderful, wonderful things. What a brilliant guy. What a lovely thing to do. Well, Anna, have you finished your breakfast? Anna's going to come up and put TikTok into our lives.
Good morning, everyone. So I would like our TikTok community to stand up. Jim. So this is our TikTok committee. We met on Friday and we talked about, we saw a couple of videos of TikTok just to get our ideas as to how we want to promote Rotary. And we came up with a few ideas. Yesterday, I met with the Interact students at West County High, and we have the participation of 6 of the students that will be helping our TikTok community. One of the reasons why I feel that it is important that we jump on this TikTok bandwagon is because it's growing. And just to give you perspective, I don't know if you know about Instagram, But Instagram is one of the applications that are used by businesses in order to promote and market. Instagram within 6 years grew at 1 billion. TikTok within 3 years grew at 1 billion users. So this is why we want to get on board. And so I researched in Sonoma County to see if any of the Rotarians were on TikTok. As far as the Rotary clubs, I haven't seen any Rotary club in Sonoma County on TikTok, so we will be pioneers along with the Interact students at West County. So I don't know, this is exciting for me, and I hope it's exciting for you all too, even though there are worries that we should take in mind, but all we have to do is be conscientious that we have to be careful with using social media. And don't, answer any messages from people you don't know, don't respond if you don't know the person. And just read about the repercussions that we have to take. And when we are the TikTok app, because we are going to want every Rotarian to upload their TikTok app so we can be interactive with each other. There are ways that we can interact with each other. There are ways that we can interact with other clubs. There are ways that we can interact with the billions of people that are out there that will be watching our TikTok videos. So we need to plan our next meeting with the Interact, but right now we do have a presentation of an idea that we came up with that we can start recording our videos. And for this, I will need Kathy and Linda. Okay, so the premise is that, what is Rotary? Rotary is friendship, Rotary is volunteering, Rotary is giving. And so because of the friendship, whenever we see a Rotarian out in the streets, we are going to have a secret handshake. And so here is the presentation of when we see each other on the streets. TikTok videos that we are planning on uploading, and we're hoping that every Rotarian participates because we like to get a video of everyone doing something like that, whether we can stage it at a gas station, at a Safeway, wherever, at the park when we're fixing the post office, wherever. So are we on board? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anna. TikTok. Put it in your life. We load it onto our phones and computers. Is that what we do?
We load it up to our phones, and it's simple. All we need is an email and your name. It's really simple, easy.
So we're gonna get it. You've got our emails, so we're gonna load it up, and people are going to see us. They're going to get attracted to our events. And we're gonna have people participating in things we do and maybe garner some new members.
That is the hope. So with TikTok, it's I don't know. I mean, we just don't know what we can garner with TikTok. Again, it's only been out for about 3 years, but businesses have been doing very well on TikTok. And there are ways that we can either get members to come into Rotary or get donations through the TikTok application. With the donations, we have to amass about 10,000 followers and likes within a certain period of time. I don't know what that's, I can't tell you what that certain period of time is right now. I think it's about 30 days. So
we'll have to be a ready, set, go.
yes, we have to be a ready, set, go.
777.
777. So that's sort of thing we're hoping. And this is just thought right now, we haven't put it into practice yet, but we're hoping to, every time we meet, put out 7 videos so that we have 7 videos for the week. And then we're just going to keep working like that with the Interact students.
For 7 seconds.
For 7 seconds, yes.
Oh,
And there's
Cool.
7 people on the committee.
and there's 7 people on the committee. It's all 7.
777.
Lucky 7s, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Anna, and your group. So, upcoming, Diana, you want to chat about this event because it's right in front of us now. The next several slides.
Oh, Yeah, we're going to be superheroes again. We're doing it for the second time this Rotary year. And we really are going to need some people to help us set up and break down the truck. I just wanted to throw that out there so you could be thinking about it and think about your costumes, and it's happening again. So think about it, it'll be fun. And April 23rd, 24th, so we'll probably be putting the truck together on the 22nd, and I'll get more about that to you soon. Thanks.
So who thinks they might be willing to come over and help set up that truck on the day before?
Just a minute, before you do that, there's been one other thing about the parade, the parade. The last number of years, we have been announcers. 2 or 3 or 4 members of the club have gotten up on one of the announcers stand right over here and announced the parade. 2 of our announcers are not available. And so what we're trying to do is gather one more person to be an announcer with us on the stage. And that person needs to have some muscles because we're moving this heavy equipment around. But we usually gather by about 8:15, get the equipment set up and just kind of hang out. So find me or let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll get you some more information.
Hey, so if somebody shows up in their superwoman costume, they can help move the equipment around and then go be in the parade?
It's gotta be a legitimate Superwoman costume.
I thought you were gonna wear oh.
Oh,
Careful.
Carmen Miranda, the super queen.
Yeah, Carmen Miranda with a cape, that would work. Who thinks that they might be willing to come over and help set up both the day before? Put your hand up if you think you might help out. So Diana, grab these names. Okay, and who thinks they might be willing to show up the day of the event and help Terry and the group right up there at the stage and lift some things? Is it like all down there? So we'll bring some people down from wherever we're staged for the parade dressed up like superheroes. That would be a nice, that would be a TikTok, right? And who wants to walk in the parade dressed in a costume? Diana, I see Anna, I see Jen, I see Linda. There you go. And next thing, Ron Purcell is looking for volunteers.
This is just for the room.
You're looking for volunteers to go around, wear red vests and tell people what to do?
Actually, we're looking for some people to help in the kids areas. We have different activities for the kids. So if David's willing, I'll send out a volunteer list. You can also volunteer for other things, but that's the area that I'm in charge of, is the kids area.
The kids area at, not at the parade.
No, this is at the fair for Saturday afternoon and Sunday.
Oh,
And the fair itself, yeah.
well, that's excellent. So people would reach out to you or we'll send out an
I'll
email.
send out an email. I'm on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, and that's,
Yeah.
of course.
So shoot it to me and I'll put it out along with some other things. Because at that same event, in that same area, the Sebastopol Service and Action Committee, which is the coalition of all of the local clubs, are looking for, we're going to set up a table and we're going to put forward the interests of people volunteering and being involved with service clubs. So if you'd like to see an outreach for membership right at a table there in the children's area, so people are coming and going, we can use some help there. So I'm hoping that there are folks here who will be willing to come over after the parade and participate. So it's 2 days, and that thing runs from like 11:30 till 5 is, I believe, the times that the fair will be. So those are the times that we're looking for. So think about whether you're willing to volunteer. Lock that out because it's our community event, right? You got to be there before you visit. All right. So Sebastopol Rotary's Learn to Swim program. Who would like to get in the water and teach seventh graders how not to drown? Right? Because that's what's been happening all this time. For a long time, they've been running that event. They're looking for people who are willing to come. You end up going there for 4 weeks. It's on a, I think, is it a Tuesday or a Thursday? I don't remember. But the Rotary Club of Sebastopol is looking for folks who are willing to get in the water and drown through children. That's been very effective and very helpful. And every second grader remembered that they were taught to swim by Rotary. And their families remembered that they were taught to swim by Rotary. How cool is that? So I've got the link. And Dan?
Forms that people are interested in.
Forms? You can fill it out and sign up right now. Dan, put your hand up if you want one of those. I see Brian. And I see Mike there. Who else do we have? I'll take one of those forms up here, and Michael Cook would like one of those forms. Thank you very much. Awesome. Good job, guys. Yep. I used to teach people how to swim.
I've done this program 4 or 5 times over the years, and it's really a very, very rewarding program to get involved with. The kids really enjoy it, and you come out of it just feeling out of the kids are gonna be a whole lot safer as a result.
That's lovely. Give this man a form. Oh, you cramps up in the cold. I've got a wetsuit that'll fit you, don't worry. So, look at all the stuff that is on the April calendar. That's why April is the awesome month. So, Monday hikers. Hey, what's that doing there? Did I skip some stuff? Well, we'll find out. Monday hikers at 7:30. April 9th, helping people out. Hey, Dan, you want to talk about that?
So this is an effort to help seniors and other folks in the community do tasks around the house, kind of like what we did with Rebuilding Together. They're usually smaller tasks. And it's pretty well signed up. And this is done by the Service and Action Coalition group. And it's this Saturday morning, and there's only one task left, and that's to go out and help somebody hang some pictures. So pretty easy duty. If we get one more volunteer, we'll have everything fully staffed on that. So let me know if you're interested in helping with that. So that's it. And there's a bunch of tasks, but a bunch of the other service clubs are participating too. They're pretty well subscribed. So we're looking for one more person on Saturday morning.
Michael Wells.
Yeah, well, I'd like to invite all of you on Sunday from 4 to 5:30 to the Occidental Center for the Arts. We're going to be launching my most recent book. It's usually a fun event, and it's free. Any proceeds from book sales will be 100% donated to support the Occidental Center for the Arts. They're a great organization. I hope to see some of you there.
Thank you, Michael. That would be great. I've got a copy of that book, and it's awesome. So what else have we got here? Membership committee is coming up. That's next Tuesday at 5:30. Adopt the Road on the 16th. We're going to meet up at the high school. And that.
Can I say something for Adopt the Highway? It's Easter weekend. We only have 4 people signed up. Usually we have.
We have, usually we have a dozen people signed up within like 2 days. But this time it's only 4 people after it's been out for quite a while. So it's Easter weekend, Saturday morning. I can't be there this time. I'll be out of town, so I have to take my name off. But it's only for like 2 or 3 hours and it's a lot of fun. So there you go.
Can we get another round of email on that?
I'll keep sending the email out.
Yeah, so she's going to send the e-bite out again. So look for that. Come on out and have some fun, clean up the highway, save the environment. Your life will be better, and so will ours. What the heck? What were you gonna do about Easter anyway? So board of directors meeting is on the 18th. Apple Blossom Parade and Festival, you know about that. The 25th and 26th for Learn to Swim. And April 27th, Redwood Empire Food Bank. Huh. So we'll have to like rest in May, right? See about that. Are there any other announcements for the good of the order? Next week's speaker, Anna Bowler. Surprise! No. And this week's presenter is. Let me give you a mic. This week's speaker is Michael Gilani.
When, we're gonna try a technical first here and get a YouTube video going up on the screen. Start with that. But let me tell you a few things about Michael. This is man for 30 years. He started his manufacturing business in 2008 and retired. And his company, manufactured massage tables and chairs and blood thinner kits for his manufacturing. Since then, he's continued to write, record, and perform his original songs, and is currently working on his 7th album. A few years ago, he published his first memoir, The Seminary, covering the 5 years he studied to be a Catholic Christian. While in the seminary, he grew to strongly oppose the Vietnam War on moral grounds and petitioned his grassroots for conscientious Catholic status. And out of his compassion for victims of the war on both sides, he decided to build a living people in downtown Sebastopol. And his mission is to promote the cause of peace and justice by honoring the peacemakers among us. And each September since 2015, a peaceful induction ceremony has been held to honor the 4 peacemakers selected during that. So let's see how this works.
Some of my friends went to Vietnam and some of them didn't come back. Some of them came back with some serious injuries, either physically or mentally, and really had an impact on me. I realized that I couldn't, in conscience, go and kill somebody or put myself in a situation of either killing or being killed. So I filed for conscientious objector status with my draft board. You know, fast forward to current time, and these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan started, and it was like deja vu. Here we go again, another Vietnam. Except now you don't have the jungle, you have the sand. And it just broke my heart, you know. So I thought, what can I do to help to prevent this from happening in the future? And this idea of this wall kind of came as in a flash. I'm sitting in the Sebastopol Plaza, and there is a sculpture there that says peace in 30 languages. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe I could make something that would complement that. Bring forward the peacemakers, give them a voice, give them a seat at the table when these things come up. We've had enough war memorials. How about some peace memorials? How about a counterbalance to that? I'm over there envisioning this thing and thinking, well, how big should it be and where will it fit? And I'm spending quite a bit of time there just running it through my mind. Then I walk across the street and I run into Richard Ritecki. He says, what are you up to, Mike? I said, well, actually, I'm just trying to envision the peace wall in the plaza. He says, well, how can I help you?
I served in Vietnam for 13 months. It had a tremendous emotional and life-changing impacts for me. My life as I knew it had been destroyed while I was gone. I wouldn't wish anyone to go through it, no. You know, if I had a chance, I'd bring everybody home from wherever they are. And it was very clear when I saw the model that I wanted to be involved.
Thank you all for coming and helping us to honor the peacemakers among us.
Let's just take a moment now in silence as we come into our hearts, that tender place where peace and harmony reside no matter what.
So I want to read the inscription on the peace wall because this is really encapsulates the purpose of the peace wall and why we're here today. We honor the peacemakers whose names are inscribed, who have during their lives worked for peace and against war, for justice and against injustice, for nonviolent resolutions and against violence, and for the common good and against selfishness and greed. By honoring these outstanding individuals, we also honor all who share in the collective desire to rise above differences of race, religion, nationalities, and ideologies to that place where we are all brothers and sisters, where we share a common humanity and a common desire to live in peace with all the people of the world. Being a peacemaker or peace activist is not easy. It's a difficult job. You're often marginalized or ignored or not taken seriously. We're here today to let these honorees know that they have made a difference, and they do make a difference. They made a difference in our lives, and we want to honor them and show them the respect and appreciation they deserve. And we want to encourage them to continue in their work, and we're also here to inspire others to get involved.
The mayor of Sebastopol, Sarah Gurney, and Una Glass were our lead-ins to how do we do this with city government.
So here in Sebastopol, we're saying we acknowledge these wonderful peacemakers who are preserving our planet, preserving our world, and honoring humanity. Symbols matter. Words matter.
We want to put people on there who have really demonstrated a commitment to working for peace and in a nonviolent fashion, and try to inspire others to follow in their footsteps.
It's been great that so many of you came to celebrate this work. It was put together and imagined by a war resistor and a soldier who was resisting war. I really began to understand war because of soldiers who were resisting war and racism from within the military. Where these soldiers had been in Vietnam, they saw what was happening. Their intention was to be patriots, and they knew that what was going on there had nothing to do with democracy or patriotism, and it was a horrific experience for them. And they started talking about it at great risk. They were really some of the first teachers that I had in how to be a social activist and an anti-war activist.
Those of us who have been working for peace and social justice, rarely do we get recognized. So many wonderful people to be on that wall, to be included in that group is kind of awe-inspiring.
Today I accepted an award for my friend Charlie Litkey. He has such a remarkable story of his life. He started out as a Vietnam chaplain, and after the war, at age 40, he became a peace activist, and he dedicated the rest of his life to stopping wars.
I was adamant from the beginning that this monument be placed in the center of the town, because placing it somewhere else was more taking the peacemakers and marginalizing them, and not really putting them front and center where people could actually see them. They need to be seen, and they need to be heard.
We continued the struggle as God gives us the strength to carry on. Don in his weekly ministry at the Sonoma County Jail, and me with my legal ministry to the poor.
I think the materials themselves really kind of reflect on how important we think these peacemakers are. And I wanted them to feel honored to be part of this and feel to have their names engraved on this. I landed on polished granite. I wanted it to work just as a beautiful monument or beautiful sculpture in and of itself. And then I also wanted it to work as a vehicle to promote peace and as a vehicle to honor peacemakers. Yeah, I want people that see the wall or walk by the wall or drive by the wall to know that this community has taken a stand for peace, that we want to look for nonviolent resolutions of conflict, that we want to avoid these wars, and we want to move towards a more peaceful world for everyone. The hope is that during the year, people will use it to a place to meditate, maybe a place to meet people and have conversations. I think it has the potential for inspiring other communities to do something similar. something to honor peacemakers, something to promote the cause of peace, and have those visible in their communities. The people engaged and feeling more empowered and feeling more hopeful. Get beyond differences of race, religion, and so forth, to that place within each of us where we have a common humanity. You know, if we can get to that common ground, I think we have some hope that we can resolve these conflicts peacefully.
So, Michael, welcome to the club.
All right. How you doing? David DePay. Been a Sebastopol resident ever since I was born. Born a couple blocks from Washington Avenue.
That would have been good.
Thank you all very much for inviting me here. Not to talk about the peace wall. It all started when I retired from my company. I was looking for something to do to get back to the community, something that might have even the slightest chance of helping us create a more peaceful world. I hit upon this idea, and I wanted it to be built right in the center of town, so we had to get it through the city council, which took 3 years. A lot of work, a lot of effort, but we finally did it. Through different people, art meetings, and so forth. So it's been up now for several years, but installed in 2015. You heard the inscription. It's going to read through the inscription written for the peace wall to try to encourage us to create a more peaceful world, to honor those doing that. The bench on the back side of the peace wall is also made out of the same 6-inch solid granite. And it said, you probably saw, peace begins with me. And sometimes that's all we got, you know, so you can't stop these horrible things that are going on. I remember during the Vietnam War, I was out trying to stop that war. I learned it's much easier to start a war than to end one. And probably the biggest people in the party. You know, moved to apply the concepts of Japanese guns. I refused to go. That's where it all started for me. I think the peace wall was kind of an extension of that years later. Our job as individuals, I believe, is to try to create ourselves a more peaceful, loving, and kind of individual, which I think is probably more essential to this club. Sometimes that's all we can do, and it does help as a contribution to creating a more peaceful world. Once we ourselves in that state of mind, then we can bring that out into the world and create a more peaceful world. But if we're not at peace ourselves, it's not going to work. So that's what I've been working on for a long time through different practices and meditations and so forth. For those of you who don't know what we do is we take nominations from people from the community. Anybody here that wants to nominate someone, go to our website, sebastopolpeaceful.com. I form a selection committee. We review those nominations and every year we select 4 people to involve. We describe their names right in the granite so they're permanently on the wall. And then at the ceremony, the induction ceremony, I remember when I was younger, something like that. We were drafted into the army that had an induction ceremony. This is a little bit different. The idea is the same. So this year it'll be held on September 10th. Please come if you're around. The ceremony itself, we try to keep it to about an hour. And, when I tried to get it to the city council, there were some council members who thought that this was an anti-military thing or anti-veteran thing. Far from that. The selection committee I put together includes the fact that a combat veteran from Vietnam, a Quaker, a member of the Peace and Justice Center, an ex-minister, and myself. We just try to find people who have shown dedication for peace and for justice. one of the members of the city council said that he didn't think the community would really appreciate this fund. So every year, towards the end of the ceremony, I pass out this sheet right here, that's people add an email to us, so I can include them in our mailing list, let them know basically when the next ceremony is going to be. It's usually the second Saturday in September. And in the right-hand column, it says comments. And we get 2 or 3 comments a year. Last year, for some reason, people were very inspired, very moved. And I want to read a couple of these comments just to show you what people appreciate. So, we're trying to do something positive in this start. Is that better? I feel like we're getting vibrational feedback. Is that better?
It's
Okay.
better.
Okay, thanks. So some of the comments last year were very moving and very inspirational. Beautiful. Invaluable. Peace and justice. Thank you so much. Much gratitude, deepest appreciation. This is a beautiful and loving ceremony. And then proud of you, Dad. I thought that was my daughter. It turned out it was one of the honorees thought that Donna did that. And on and on. Anyway, they filled up the whole page with feedback. So somehow this is touched the nerve in the community, and I'm very gratified to know that. So we put the ceremony together to put the inscriptions on the piece wall, to print the beautiful print the flyers, the beautiful plaque that we give the honorees. It costs us about $2,500 a year plus. So we're welcoming donations individually as a group that can help us to keep this going year after year. Right now, we had 24 names on the piece wall, and we had to cancel the exception. I'm not even sure what else I can say, because I'm just so grateful that this thing was built. Took a lot of persistence. That's one thing that I have. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's persistence or stubbornness. I can't push anything. And I'd love to have you guys come to one of the ceremonies. It's a really beautiful experience. And boy, with that, I'm just going to see if you have any questions. Short and sweet. Yes.
What's the deadline for nominations for this year?
This year's already passed. We usually take the nomination January 1st, up to January 1st. And by the way, some people nominate somebody and they feel disappointed because their person didn't get honored that year. They'll stay in that pool for 5 years. So we'll be reconsidering. Is there something that could?
Yes, do you ever distinguish or find it useful to distinguish between intranational peace and international peace?
Good question.
Yes, do you ever conceptualize any important differences in what you do and think between intranational peace, that is conflict within a country, and international peace with conflict between countries?
It's a great question. I really think that peace is multidimensional. It starts with each individual. We have peace in our family, we have peace in the community, and peace in our country, and then peace in the world. So it takes on many different dimensions. But I think that's the start with each individual. Does that answer the question?
Well, I would at least make a preliminary distinction is that intranational peace is more like regular politics, whereas international peace is more like international relations, which is a specialized form where there's probably 50 courses taught in universities around the world. I know because my twin brother taught one of these on peace and peace research, and there's journals and full institutes studying that and developing interesting ideas about that and so on.
I understand, yeah. It's multidimensional, absolutely.
I guess the related question is, how are the decisions made?
Excuse me?
How are the 4 people chosen?
We have some criteria on our website, and there's a lot of stuff on that website, Sebastopol.com, and maybe some guidance somewhere. We just, you know, we actually take a very broad view of it. I mean, we have somebody on there that led dances with universal peace, for example. Anything that people can do individually. And we feel, most of us feel very disempowered around trying to create a world that we want. So every different way that you can approach it, whether it's teaching dance with universal peace.
I just mean the logistics of it, like who decides?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. We have a selection committee. We meet once a year to get nominations from the community, and then we review those. It's like 4 people for that particular year.
4 people selected? Or
4 people per year. And what we usually do, by the way, is we have usually one high profile person that most people recognize, like Nelson Mandela, like Jimmy Carter, like Daniel Ellsberg, like Doris Herter and Daniel Ellsberg showed up at the same ceremony. So it was a pretty wonderful time. And then we have 3 local people that people may not have heard of, people that work behind the scenes. We had, the first year we put it on, we had 100 people show up at the ceremony. And then since then, we've had 300 to 400 people. So it's been really what we received in the community.
Have any Rotary organizations ever formally nominated candidates?
I'm not sure. I don't.
And if not, why not?
I don't know about that. No, we welcome, you know, the only qualification is that you live in Sonoma County. We want to keep the nomination process. But the people that you nominate could be anywhere in the world. I mean, I'll just give an example, a sneak preview. We already have made inspections, and one of the people that some of you may be aware of is Brother Toby Carroll from the Starcross community up in the lab, who helped infants and children who were born with AIDS, and for many years he took them into his community up in Africa. And that's one example. And he's committed to coming to the ceremony, so, and there'll be others. Anybody else? Good. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Michael. Really appreciate it. And it is hard to have good mic etiquette, isn't it? You know, you feel like you're eating the darn thing. Yeah, they should flavor this, and you know, we should let it. But I want to thank you very much for joining us today, for your work towards peace. You might be happy to hear that the overarching motto of Rotary is world peace through understanding. And we interact with people all over the world, and Rotary exists all over the world, as Henry was intimating. If you ever were going to nominate and honor an organization, Rotary could be one of them, because we do a lot right out of this club. So as in recognition of your time with us today, you might like to know that we've contributed books to Parkside School, to the library, and to the teachers there. And those books are oriented towards diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we're going to inscribe one of those books with your name in honor of your having been here and joined us today and the work that you do. So we're very grateful to you and very happy that you joined us today, and would love for you to come back and visit with us sometime. Was breakfast good?
Yes.
He said breakfast is good and he appreciates it. Sorry, I had the microphone on myself. But thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got time to hang out and clean up the room, right? So prime time joke from Dan, right back there. Don't start your joke until you got the mic.
Okay, the last time I told a joke, it ended with something about barnacles, and I heard crickets. I asked my nephews yesterday for jokes to tell Rotary this morning, and they both been sick a little bit, so they were having a medical theme. So one of them told me, "Why did the cookie go to the hospital?" Okay, there's a shill in every eye, because he felt crummy. So the other one, not to be updated, said, what did the lemon need when he went to the hospital? No, he didn't need to go to the hospital, he just needed lemonade.
Okay. Natalie, if you're in the audience, don't call on Dan for a couple of weeks, okay? Oh, that wasn't nice. Did I think that or did I say it out loud? So.
You said it out loud, but you didn't think it was.
Yeah, well, good point. He says I said it out loud, but I really didn't think it.
Linton.
Okay, y'all, this time, here we go, ready?
Right.
Happy birthday to you, until we meet again. Happy birthday to you, you smile and I'm aware. Happy birthday to you.